I don't know. I just arrived back and they were all gone. I'm not picking up any of their signals on the city grid. I'll keep my agents aware that they need to be on the lookout for the team. I'll update you if we find anything. Thanks. Simon out. Continue briefing.
Recent share market activity in some of the private stockholders of the Parasol Corporation indicates a possible insider deal with another corporation, or black market dealings may be going down soon. A recent move to sell off a large number of stocks by key shareholders in the research and development team, during a period when Parasol stocks have actually dipped, supports PlayStation theories that an insider deal is about to go down. This correlates with an unusual move reported by PlayStations and Human Assets that Albert W. Birkin has recently stepped up his clandestine efforts to assist a private investigator operating in a seemingly unrelated matter. This includes forgery and acquisition of illegal Parasol assets. You will be pleased to know that your suspicions about a clandestine mutate acquisition group have been confirmed, although this contributes to the overall problem with Parasol at the moment. The accidental acquisition of one of their chief researcher's daughters following his disappearance was inopportune. Too many questions would have been raised. This leads to another interesting side point that may facilitate your attempts to acquire remaining Parasol stock and gain a controlling interest over this subsidiary company. Although the unwanted military attention may detract from efforts in this regard. Shall I go on?
I'm listening.
This is Private Investigator Grayson Quinlan. Recently, he was apprehended in Parasol offices attempting to access information regarding several employees and information on a Project T, a secret operation within the Parasol facility. We have as yet been unable to gain any information on this subject. In order to allay suspicions that Mr. Quinlan may have regarding Parasol employees' employment practices and unusual disappearances, charges were trumped up against him and video evidence faked. This information was disclosed by Human Assets in place within the company. This information was given to the police. Virtually simultaneously, Jania Frost, the daughter of one of their lead researchers, was also detained by a mutant capture group operating clandestinely as you had suspected. They decided to link the charges together and implicate her in an illegal entry, which they would then be able to brush off as an accident. Perhaps she was visiting her father. This sort of sophistry. Unfortunately, a third person, independent of all of these machinations, happened on the scene at the same time. This individual is no mutant Tyler Renault, a transient since his outing in his hometown. He is being pursued by military forces under the command of Colonel Jack Travers, a vendetta that may be more than simple, professional, anti-mutant sentiment. He apparently has stumbled upon a facility in Illinois belonging to Parasol, and, alarmingly, also features the brand mark of Pterodino. He was able to make his way into the Raccoon facility by stowing away on board a train carrying a large number of mutate shipments. He dispatched 3 personnel, apparently unintentionally removing them from the train at high speed. He was then apprehended at the Raccoon facility and included into the general cover-up and impounded in police custody. These 3 individuals have subsequently escaped and are apparently disguising themselves as STARS operatives. The Magi computer system has calculated that with the assistance of Mr. Birkin, it is the intent of the group to make access to the alternate facility, apparently located beneath the Arklay mansion, and facilitate a number of objectives within. It is the belief of the psychological profiling team that Tyler Renault will seek the effective release of the mutants contained within, that Grayson Quinlan will seek to clear his name and find evidence of the missing persons that he has been hired to do, and Jania Frost has a personal interest as her father has disappeared, and it is possible that he has succumbed to some form of experiment or accidental contagion release, as it is known that Parasol was working on several viral containments, and that he was transferred to Project T not long before his disappearance. It is at this point I should point out that the Badger computer system, in correlation with your human assets in the fields, intuition, have postulated a third additional conspiracy within the group. Inconsistency with William Besker's reports and activities has been noted. Grayson Quinlan was assigned his private investigation duties by a widow, Mrs. Ada Wong. Mrs. Ada Wong, unfortunately, does not appear to exist in any census database. It is possible that she is a false identity, or merely extremely adept at covering her tracks. Her fictitious husband also does not appear to exist. However, financial records can be traced between William Besker and an unknown account tagged Wong. It is entirely possible that Mr. Quinlan has been put on his task by a chief executive officer of the Parasol Corporation. His actual reasons for doing this are unknown and cannot be postulated at this time. There are further reports that there has been a military altercation with Tyler Renault on the streets of Raccoon City, near Jack Bar, where they are known to have met. Our human asset has maintained cover there quite successfully, it must be said, and a commendation is in the offing. Perhaps also a visit to a clinic where alcohol poisoning may be remedied. The military involvement may complicate matters, as if the military discovers any untoward activities with Parasol, it could certainly jeopardize their solvency as an independent company, alter share prices, and ultimately endanger your attempt to gain a controlling interest in the company.
This Tyler Renault, interested in releasing mutants, is he? Tell me more about him.
Very little information exists in the current database. It is known that he was a member of the Elysium cell in New York, but somehow escaped New York's apparent destruction or disappearance. He has been making his way consistently west and south. It is believed he intends to enter Cold Rocks, where the Elysium 2 project may be underway, an attempt to reconstruct the underground mutant uprising within the new New York. It is believed he was diverted because of sympathies towards mutant kind.
Send instructions to our human assets on team. I want someone standing by inside the facility to give them some assistance should they need it. And a train ticket back west. I have a feeling Mr. Renault is exactly the kind of person I'm going to need.